gone on our smoothies and our little granola thingies. Let's hear it for Haagen-Dazs ice cream, right? I wish I had gifts to give everybody in the room who stayed and tell you she's so funny. She's like, when I go to conferences, I really don't stay to closing sessions either. I'm like, well, there you go. So I want to just provide another little wrap up of the day. This will probably be about a 10-minute, 15-minute piece we're going to do here. So, excuse me. This morning as I was engaging with the plenary panelists, in terms of the questions this morning and listening to their answers, I was struck again by how consistent the themes are for this event and how they just kept showing up and coming through. The importance and the value of collaboration, right? Both for leveraging limited resources and expanding the reach and effectiveness of programming strategies. The necessity for consistent messaging, that came up a lot, and branding. Moving toward a culture of yes. Remember we heard that? And that's a little bit tricky because I think oftentimes you have to be really careful because caregivers often probably sometimes need to be moving toward a culture of no. In many cases, because we do so much and we extend ourselves so much. But I get the point about the culture of yes, meaning that finally we were able to have some leverage, some support, some cushion to be able to offer our services and training and insight and wisdom to our campus colleagues, whereas before there was a culture of no because we just were short-staffed, we didn't have the resources. So I do get that point, but I also want to say there is value to the culture of no and knowing when to apply that as well. Continuing to build on our progress made and keeping the collaboration open and the good work with the grant as the grant wind down. I remember Hannah from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo commented that she is already seeing some of the relationship dissipate a bit. And I just want to say on that note that before Vice Chancellor Parham and Vice Chancellor Young left the conference, they pulled me aside because I staffed them on the Student Mental Health Oversight Committee for the University of California. And they've asked me to look into the possibility of post-grant consortium so that we can stay in contact, so that we can build leaders from across, particularly at this point, the segments, to think through how we might continue to leverage our resources, our relationships, our processes, our expertise with each other. Certainly the grant compelled us to come together. And now, given, I know our president, Janet Napolitano, when she came on board almost a year ago, has really strengthened the partnership efforts between the three segments. And I know that they have weekly conference call meetings, the three heads of the segments. And so this would certainly be consistent with her vision that we have intentional focus, because as someone said earlier on the panel, they're all our students. And I think that to the degree that we can break down some of the barriers, the institutional barriers, and our own kind of lens of our campus, that this would be something ideal. So that's one of the first things that I think we have a meeting coming up in October, and it's one of the first things we'll be talking about is what infrastructure we can provide to the segments and the campuses to keep the conversation going. So if you guys have any ideas about that, I think we're going to have a little exercise a little bit later on about how that can be leveraged. So thank you. So one of the things that I thought was really interesting, this is fun, I don't know how many of them are out there, but the good work, yes, we've done some fabulous work. And one of the things that we were just saying, well, how could this happen? So in the spirit of, my staff know I love data and metrics and things like that. So we found one little metric that we thought, why is that the case and what happened? And it's totally not related necessarily to our work, but maybe it is. And this is it. So in just over 2 years, the UC Student Mental Health Initiative has yielded 8 babies. Okay? 6 of our current staff members are pregnant. 6. And 2 who are no longer working on the grant are new parents. So, we had this email exchange, and people just kept chiming in, oh, I think I should let you know too, oh yeah, this. And we're like, what is in the water with the Student Mental Health Initiative, folks? So without question, this is a program that provides for all sorts of collaboration, opportunities, and fruitful relationship building. So you just never know. So we thought that was just, and also, the excitement when we learned this from each other, from the email exchanges was such that, you could just tell that it was just a family they were sharing this information with, and they really kind of developed into that. And I think that was just really sweet, a part of the history. I think part of it is their young, growing families. A lot of the folks who ran our initiatives had just finished their doctoral work, or had either done internships other places. So it makes sense that they will be starting families. But they will always remember that they started their families when this initiative was happening. So one of the things that we did, we were at the Collegiate Recovery Conference, which was really helpful, is that, and this is when you get to participate a little bit, I'm interested to know if you can share one word as you think about your culminating experience here today. If you can think of one word that best describes your last couple of days. I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. And we're going to go table to table. I want you to stand and just say that one word. And we're capturing that one word, and you may see it again. So help us with this exercise. Just give you a minute to think about the one word. Now, there could be several. If you say one or two, that's fine. But we're really only looking for a quick, just one word. And I want you to just be done really quickly. I'm just going to point to the table. You stand up and just say your word. Are we ready? Way in the back there. One word. Togetherness. Friendly. Friendship. Did you say re-energizing? Behind you. Exchange. Next to Aaron, yeah. Yes, next to Aaron, yes. I can't see. Hopeful, thank you. Next table up. Enlightening. Assuring. Yes, here, Karen. Connections. Exciting, in the back. Future. Inspired. Resources. Energizing. Right across the table. 3 right here, yes. Sharing. Teamwork. Bridge building. Encouraging. Engaging. Stimulating. Supportive. Motivating. Energizing. Validating. Self-care. Identity. Informative. Enlightening. Welcoming. Healing. Robin? Synergy. Driven. Mindfulness. How nice. And I didn't even think of my one word, but hey. Thank you. I think that actually let us know we reached our goal, right, Taisha? That we've met what we came here to do. And so certainly within this room, your experiences reflect that, and we really appreciate it. So before we go on to do the raffle, I know everybody's kind of waiting for it too. Alice, you want to go around and make sure Alice is going to walk around your completed passports. So she wants to make sure you have completed passports. We're about to do that in a minute. So, did I miss anything, team? Robin, were you following? No, I'm saying, did I miss anything now? Am I good to go? Am I good? Okay. I can't do anything without staff telling me what to do, clearly. Taisha, you want to come up? Good. You know what? I'll pick the names if you want. It's not embarrassing. How many people here because they really want that Fitbit? There's 2 of them. Thank you for being honest. And I sure hope, the way I see it is the people that really, really want it will get it. Okay, I'll do what are you going to do?
The exercise.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so when it's time to do the thing. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so Julina just mentioned UC discussing a consortium. You have a piece of paper on your table, and if you're sitting at a table by yourself, I'll ask you to just maybe jump over to a table that has a couple other people. But we want to just gather your ideas quickly and get a sense for if there was a consortium of higher ed partners, truly representative of the state of California, what would their purpose be? What would be their mission over the next year? And if you can just have a quick conversation with the people at your table, and on that sheet of paper, it's 1 sheet of paper on every table, just write down the top 2 goals. If there are people you can think of, including yourself, that would be great to nominate to be on such a committee. Please put their names, first and last, and institution on there. If you have an email address, include that. If not, we'll hunt them down. Yeah, the people who didn't show up, nominate them. Definitely encouraging self-nominations. And if you can think of any great titles, what we would call this coalition, please put that down as well. And we're just going to take about 5 minutes, and then we'll go ahead into the raffle. Use that data as we start planning and working on our next steps.
And can I also say that and we haven't explored this, but I imagine, since I know kind of how they think about these things, that we could also include community partners, private school, and folks in the county as well. So it's not just necessarily, but what will be driving it certainly would be the focus on the higher ed segments.
All right, so what everybody is waiting for, let's go ahead and get into the raffle.
Yeah, I'm shuffling.
So we have 2 Fitbits or a free night stay at the Westin here, LAX, for a deluxe room that includes tax and parking. It's effective today. You can use it if you haven't already checked out, or up to 1 year. So as you win, you can pick which of the 3 you would like.
And we have this wonderful turquoise Fitbit and the black Fitbit. So I'm just going to pull the name and just give it to you.
Lucky person is.
Okay.
Woo!
All right. So it worked for this person.
This person who completed a passport to wellness. Jennifer Chow, UC Davis. All right. Yay. Come on down.
Come on, Jennifer.
Come on down. What would you like? What would you like?
What do you want? You want to stay at the Westin? No. Yeah, right. All right.
All right, 2 left.
Okay, I'm shaking it up. Y'all want to do her mojo work here. Y'all better do something. Let's see.
All right.
Okay.
And the next
Who did it work for
person
now?
completed the passport to wellness. Lisa Hurley, Disability Rights, California.
But everybody's looking like, I sure hope Lisa's not here. Is she here?
Where's Lisa? She turned in her passport.
Well, too bad.
All right, 5.
5, 4, that was my thing. 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Lisa.
Next lucky person. All right. Jean Erlenborn, Santa Rosa Junior College.
Yeah, community colleges in the house. Woo-hoo. Do you have a Fitbit on your arm? No? Okay. Okay. I'm like, you already go.
All right. It's the last prize, but still a good prize.
Westin is at this LAX.
It's at the LAX.
Okay, got it. Can they cash it in?
Today, yes.
No,
Oh,
I
no.
meant like for cash.
No.
It's a nice gesture, but if you're like from LA, but yeah, who knows?
You can always walk up to the desk and try.
Yeah, exactly.
You can sell it on Craigslist. Okay. All right, and the winner is Karen Monero, UCLA. You're gonna get away for a weekend.
I know you really wanted that Fitbit, but I'm glad you got this, Karen. Karen is the past chair of the inaugural UC Care Management Group from UCLA. So yay. And I now announce that the conference is duly, no? Okay, I didn't say anything. Go ahead, Taisha.
So the lime green paper on your table, those are the evaluations. For those that didn't attend, we'll send it out electronically, but for those of you that are here, please fill it out before you leave. You can leave them on the table or drop them in the box at registration, but it'll definitely help us with our next steps. So thank you.
Okay, I duly announce that the conference is closed. Thank you.